So hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Python, and today we are going to see some different data types that are available in Python. And for data types are basic things that you need to understand before learning Python properly. So let's see what are the data types that are available in Python. So the first data type, that is, it is a string. Okay, so whatever you write within the single quote or double quote in Python will be considered as a string. Okay, it doesn't matter if there is space or anything, but it will be considered as a string. Okay, so you can see here I have written x, this is a string. Okay, so if I will run this much, it will show me. Okay, let's comment these. We'll uncomment these whenever it will be required, but this is not required right now, so let's comment these things and it will help us. So if I will run this, okay, invalid syntax, so sorry, this is something that came. And you can see class str means this is a string. Okay, so another thing I will show you, if we have a number 7, suppose 78. Okay, so if I will this class integer, it is of integer class, so how we can convert it as a string? So we have to type str, then it will be a string now. Okay, so you can see class str, so it will be a string now. So if you want to convert anything to string, just type str within bracket. You have to write that thing or variable or anything that will be converted into a string. Okay, so there is no difference in single quote and double quote in Python. Even if you will write anything within double quote, that will will also considered as string. Okay, so you can see, okay, something that you need to careful. So let's delete all these things, these are causing problems. So let's just, so this is a string I have written within double quote. Okay, so this will also be a string. You should not be confused if you should write strings within single quote or double quote, nothing matters, everything it will be a string. Okay, so the first data type that we knew about is string. Okay, so how you can write a multi-layered string, that means a string, one string in multi-line. Okay, so what we will do, we'll write triple quote, and we can now write multi-layer string. Okay, so this is a string, but this will be accompanied with these previous white spaces and this white space here. So class str, if I will print y here, you will see this is a multi-line string. Whenever if you are, suppose you sometime you will require to print one string but with so 3 or 4 lines, you can do like this. Okay, so this is the additional information that I wanted to give you. And the last thing we will know about string is the format method. So in the previous video I told you about the format method, so now I will say that. So this is example of format method. And what we do in format method, we put curly braces to put variables or anything that we want to explicitly give within the string. Okay, so we will just write the format then 8 9. Okay, so this is the thing here. Whatever the order you will specify here, whatever the order you will give, it will be filled according to that order. Okay, so let's see. If I will write print x, then you can see this is the example of format method 8 9. So this exactly the same order, but how we can change the order? So we can write 1 here, we can write 0 here. So 0 is the first, 1 is the second. That means 9 will appear first here, and so one position 9 is here and 9 is here, and at 0 position 8 is here. So 9 and 8 will appear alternatively. You can see here 9 appeared first and 8 appeared second. So there is another thing I want to show you. If you want to like suppose you want 8 spaces before this 9. Okay, so what you can do, you can do like this. So see, there is 9 spaces before 8 9. Okay, so suppose you want to fill with 1. Okay, 11. Okay, sorry, so this needs to be 1 only. So you can see here there are whatever the here the length, that much length will appear here, including the value you have passed here. That means 9 is included here also. That means 80 will appear before that. Okay, so if you will write less than 9, and here we are going to fill some zeros, then you can see 8 after 8 zeros after 8. Okay, so this is the thing that this is the additional information that I have to give you. And there is another way to write the formatted code. Okay, so after Python 3.6 you can also write like this: f string f, like f, this is a format method. Okay, so you can write within curly brace anything, any value that you want to give, or any variable that you want to give. Suppose I write 45 here, and you can see here this is a format method 45. So anything you can give here, any value, any variable, anything. Suppose I am giving name equals to services. Okay, so suppose I want to print his name is I will give just name. Okay, so when I will print his, okay, sorry, this little mistake can lead to errors. And so you can see his name is SRSS. SRSS is a string. Everything that you have to specify, unless it is a variable, you have to put it within single quote. Okay, single quote or double quote or anything if you are giving a string. So the next type will comment this, as this can lead to another confusion here. So the another type we will learn about is numeric types. There are two types of numeric available in Python. One is integer type, and the second one is a float type. Okay, there are other derived types also, but these are the two basic types. So integer type x equals to 7, print type x. So if you will print the type of x, then it will be of class integer. Okay, suppose I will add some integer here, it will be of class integer. Okay, so anything, if I will put a point here and 2 3 4 anything, right? So it will be of class float. Okay, suppose I will multiply an integer with float, then the result will be of class float. Okay, suppose I will divide with a integer, then also it will be of class float. But if I will double divide, this is called integer division, and then the class, it will be of class int. So if you want to the integer division of two numbers, then you can do like this. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Do not be confused with decimal and what is that called, a floating point. So floating point have precision but not accuracy, and decimal points have accuracy but they have no precision. Okay, so there is one example that I will show you. 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 minus 0.3. so what you are going to expect, what will be the result? If I will print x, then what will be the result? So the result will whatever, like 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1, 0.3 minus 0.3, it should be 0, but we'll see here. You can see here the result is not 0. It is very close to 0, but it is not 0 because we have added floating point numbers, we have not added decimal point number. So to do like to get 0, what we have to do, there is a library import from decimal import all. So to import all the things here, you need to specify decimal. Okay, so x equals to decimal 0.10. Okay, so y equals to decimal 0.10. Then z equals to decimal 0.20. So now let's see. C equals to x plus y minus z. If we will print C, if you will print C, what will happen? Okay, sorry. So and here you need to look for the cases here. You should not type capital instead of no module name decimal. Okay, this is too much. So you need to be careful like this. Everything you need to be careful, or it will get error. I don't know why it is showing error. So okay, from decimal import So why it is showing error? From decimal everything is correct, so why it is showing error? I don't understand. Because okay, let us see like this. So maybe the thing is the class is of lowercase, but the method available is, so you can see it is printing here 0. So you need to also understand that the library can be of different case, and the functions that are available inside the library can be also different case. So just wanted to show you that floating point numbers are not as same as the decimal type numbers. So decimal types are different and floating points are different. If you want accuracy, then you should use decimal library instead of floating point numbers. If you want to use precision, then you can go in the inbuilt type. You can go for the inbuilt type. Okay, so the next basic thing, the next basic data type that we are going to learn is the bool type. Okay, the bool type. So why we use bool type? We use bool type in logical expressions. Okay, so if I will type x equals to true, okay, and then print type x, then what it will show us? It will show it will of class bool. Okay, so if false, it will be also of class bool. Okay, so these are of boolean types. So if x print y, else print n. I need to enclose these within single quote, otherwise this will throw an error. So let us see what we are getting. You can see print n else part, because x is false here. So if I will write true, then it will be of t. There are other values other than these built-in values. There are other values which will be by default false, such as an empty string. Okay, here I have an x empty string. So if I will test this logical expression here, then you can see n, because by default an empty string takes the value as false. If I will take 0 here, so you can see it is printing n, because by default it is taking the value as false. If I will none here, so it will also print n, because none means it is taking the logical variable as false. Okay, so this is a special type. If I will show you, then it is of non-type. Non-type means absence of value. It is not empty, but it has an absence of value. It is not 0 also. Okay, so this is another special type that are available in Python. And we knew the things about boolean type, and the boolean type have two possible values, that is either true or it can be false. Then we have another type is the sequence type, which include our list tuples. Then we have our dictionaries. Okay, So first we will check list. What is list? List we define within square bracket. It can include anything, string, it can include floating point numbers 5.9. It can also include another list 1, 2. So if I will print the type of x, let's comment this out. So if I will print the type of x, you can see it is a class list. Within a list you can write anything, you can even write another list within a list. So if, but the thing is lists are mutable, that means whatever present inside this list we can change their value. Suppose, and you can see here there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6 5 6 7 and 8 values present there. So these are of sequence type, that means the sequence starts with 0, right? Suppose I want to change the first position number, so I will type x of 0 equals to 2. Okay, then if I will write for I in range length x, this is you don't need to understand if you do not know, but I am just writing to show you what happens if you will do this print I. Okay, so if I will run this, you can see 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it is the sequence that it wrote. Okay, so if I will write x sub I, then it will print all the values that are available here. Okay, so you can see 2 2 3 4 5 str 5.9 and the list. Okay, suppose I want to change this 3 here and change it to 6. Okay, then what I will do, it is of 2 position 0 1 2 and I want to change it, suppose 78. Okay, then I will run, you can see the value changed here. But there is another thing similar to list, but what is the difference here is you cannot change any value within the tuple. This is called a tuple. Okay, so if I will run this, this will throw me error because I cannot change the value present inside a tuple. Okay, so I will run this, you can see it will only take the value that are defined here, but we cannot change after defining this tuple. Okay, so there is another thing of sequence type, that is a dictionary. Dictionary is of key and value pair. Okay, so we have a key and we have a value. In key there needs to be only single thing and the keys should not be repeated. Okay, the keys need to be distinct and the keys should not be repeated. In value you can have anything, you can have anything. I forgot to comment this out. So class dict, that means this is of dictionary type. Sorry, this is of dictionary type. Suppose I want to access the key of or kv in x dot items. This is how we can access the value of key or value or present inside the dictionary. We will print k and print v, then it will show one key value and one, then the list. Okay, so there is another thing if I want to access only the key, then we can write here print x dot keys. So you can see dict keys, key and 1. There is 2 keys present and that is 1. So x dot values, and we will get the values present here. So these are 3 sequence type data type that are available inside Python. Okay, there is another thing that I want to let you know, the difference between type and id. Suppose I have x equals to 1, 2, 3. So suppose I have let me copy this. Okay, so suppose I will print type x, then print type y. Okay, so let's see what is happening. You can see these both are of class tuple. Okay, so you can see they both are same, that means they both are of class tuple. But if I will write id here, then you will see these have different IDs. You can see at the last, these have different IDs. That means these are 2 separate objects which are of same class, but their location in the Python memory, they have different memory allocations. Okay, so if I will print sub 0, that means x sub 0 is 1, and I will print y sub 0, it means this one. If I will check the ID of these things, then you can see they are of same, because everything is a object inside Python. Okay, so Python already created an object of this literal number 1. Okay, so there is no need that Python will create another object for the same number. So x is of a different tuple and y is of a different tuple, but the object here is the same, so their ID will be same. And let us see if it will be different or same. You can see these are the same because it already created an object of for the same thing. It will not create another object of for the same thing. So if you will type of x of 1, then it will be same. So you can see class string. Okay, so you need to remember this ID will be different for different objects, but it will not create separate objects for the same object. Okay, for the same object, suppose there is 1, that means whatever the number of variables that you will assign to 1, there will be only one object for that number. There will not multiple objects that will be assigned for number. Okay, so if you will check, there is another thing I want to show you. Suppose I want to check if type of x equals to tuple print x, not x, let us print anything, else print this thing. Okay, so let us run. Some comment this. I always forgot. You should not forget these things. These are simple things that can make you. So you can see ITUT. That means this is not. We cannot check the data type that is of the class of this object by like this. But there is another method which we can use to check each instance x then tuple. So you can check, you can see, if you will check like this, this is true. So this is how you need to check if this particular variable represents particular class or anything. So that is for today, guys. We checked out the different data types that are available inside Python, and what are their use, how we can define them. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did not understand any particular thing, then you can mention in the comment, and please make sure to subscribe if you want to learn more about Python. I will be uploading more videos in later days, so make sure to subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this session, and please make sure to comment if you did not understand anything or you want to know anything about the data types or anything that we have discussed today. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.